guys, welcome back to She Knows. We are here with the beautiful and wonderful, and we are so excited, Maya. Hello.
Hey there.
How's it going?
Great. How are you?
Good. Thanks for visiting us.
Thanks for having me.
Before we get into your EPs and your new album, I wanted to just ask, how have you been?
I've been wonderful.
Yeah?
Yes, I have been. It's been a very balanced year for me with lots of challenges on the nutrition and fitness side.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Vegetarianism.
Oh.
And veganism starting July 1st.
Those are commitments.
365 challenge.
How's it going?
Great.
Like,
No cheating.
no.
It's easier living in California as you have shopping options and
Right.
vegan options.
It's
vegetarian,
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah. Do you smell meat and you're like, oh God?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the smell. But I've done it before. I've just never tried veganism before.
Okay. Well, good to know. Since taking a break, well, actually, has it been a break? Or have you secretly been working?
I've
all
always
these
been
years?
working.
Yeah.
You know, my brother, I've been so fortunate to have a brother that loves construction.
Oh.
He built a studio for me in Maryland, my hometown, DC area, and I learned how to engineer. So I have a
Really?
studio at my disposal at all times.
Wow.
I travel with a mini setup so that I can just record all of my ideas, lay harmonies and stuff. But I haven't really taken a break. I'm always performing, whether it's spot dates or a little mini tour here and there, just always staying afloat and creating. So I have a huge archive of music.
So you're independent now, or have been.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you feel the industry has changed during when you first came out onto the scene and took everyone by storm, and then to now?
Well, I would definitely have to say technology has progressed in so many ways. Every 3 years, it's amazing the advancement in technology regarding the industry and the business of entertainment and music. Everything is very interactive nowadays. There's connectivity that is direct, which is incredible for major and independent artists.
Right.
The way of selling music is completely different. My very first album came out on a cassette.
Wow, wait, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
That's
there's
awesome.
vinyl out there of the first 2 albums.
That's crazy.
You know, a little dinosaur ancient
Stop it.
ism
But
going
it's
on.
true.
But, the way music is distributed now is at the click of a button and in an instant, which I find amazing. Obviously, the music business has hurt financially because of downloading for free, but there are still ways to promote and sell music.
Yes, social media could be considered one of those. Does that make you kind of nervous? Like, you can have such direct interaction with your fans, and like it makes it easier for the haters to hate?
Well, I'm going to say being in a relationship can get challenging with all kinds of blogs and rumors, or just taking a picture with the opposite sex, or just anything can get blown out of proportion,
Right.
steered to be something that it's not, and that's where it can get dangerous or messy.
Do you have experiences?
Yeah,
Yeah?
all the time. You know, there's anything and everything that can be made up and just posted about you at any time on social media, and that can get tricky in your daily life if you don't know who you are, if you're becoming an adult and you're trying to find your way. It's very much like high school.
Yeah, it is. And people are stalking.
Oh my goodness. So that can get insane, especially when you are trying to juggle a relationship maybe
Right.
and develop trust. Yeah.
During your time off, but not really your time off, out of, what do you think you've learned during that time?
Well, I mean, I've learned to be patient.
Okay.
And to acquire skill sets and define things myself, whether it is beauty and happiness or success. Those are very key components of what maybe other people, especially managers or publicists and companies, define. And sometimes their definition is a little different or a lot different than yours. And that can also be very dangerous as you're coming into woman or manhood.
Yeah.
So it's very important to define those things, and I've learned how to maintain my sanity
Yeah.
by putting myself through like crazy challenges.
Really?
Running a marathon, or, you know, going cold on a diet and doing these outrageous cleanses. Or
What's the hardest?
I think the 10-day master cleanse has been the hardest challenge.
That's juice, right?
juice.
Yeah.
It's like basically water,
Oh my
lemon,
God.
cayenne pepper,
I would
and
be so grumpy. Yeah, really.
and maple syrup.
Maple syrup. They add that in there?
Organic, yeah.
Oh, gee.
For the sugar rush, the kick.
Yeah.
But that's been probably the hardest. It hasn't been celibacy. It hasn't been vegetarianism. It hasn't been running a marathon. It's been that 10-day detox with like no food.
Celibacy. Is there a reason for that, or are you just over men?
No, it's never being over men. I just think that it's okay to be by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so that you can focus on you and really concentrate
Mm-hmm.
on what it is that you don't want and understand what you do want, who you are at the core. And sometimes that takes removing certain negative or just energies,
Yeah.
you know,
Totally
so that you can
agree.
be clear with yourself.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's important. So, can you tell us your lowest and highest point in your career so far and what you've learned from those occurrences?
The lowest point in my career was when family drama was happening, and I didn't necessarily know if I was going to lose my mom to breast cancer,
Ooh.
but also trying to prove to my label that I was worthy as a brand new artist and pay my dues and work hard and be on the road and do everything that was requested of me. That was very difficult. That was a low point, but at the same time, my parents were going through a divorce.
Oh.
And so taking care of my mom and juggling business and the demands, as well as not upsetting my dad, was an insane dynamic. But one of the highest points was to see my family come back together.
Yeah.
You know?
So everything's good.
A
Your
full
mom's okay?
360. She's a survivor.
Good.
My parents are on speaking terms when necessary. You know, and I have a great relationship with both of them now because at one point they were my managers.
Oh, wow.
You know, when I was a kid.
Right.
But I'm an adult now, and I'm a woman, so my dad, you know, respects me as a woman and can take orders as a boss, which is completely insane too.
Yeah, right.
So success to me is now defined as just being able to have your family and people around you that love you.
Yeah.
But functionality somewhere.
You need that and some structure maybe here or there. But you know what? That's such a relatable topic for even your fans and stuff. I mean, that's great. Is there anything that you want fans to see differently with this new album coming out versus your last?
I want my fans to feel liberated when they listen to my music and feel, you know, whether that is dancing, whether that is an emotion that they might not necessarily be comfortable tapping into, you know, and let the tears flow or feel uplifted and elevated and empowered, all of those things, but fun too. So usually Maya's classic albums have many different flavors and many different emotions, and that's what I want to give to them.
Okay. So now that we're on the topic of that, what can they expect? Are you collaborating with anyone exciting that you want to share in this upcoming?
Hey, you're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Sorry, gotta ask.
Okay, well, let's start here.
Okay.
I just released 2 EPs, and that will be a fan boutique album.
Okay.
Strictly for the fans, available on myamaya.com with worldwide shipping, and then available on all tour stops.
Okay.
That will be a physical CD through In Groups as well. And the 9th album is what I'm working on now, without giving any information.
That's the one I'm excited about.
I'm working with lots of musicians
Cool.
for this one, and some very talented musician producers.
Okay. But we can't, no, we're not even going to go there. Okay. So over the next 5 years, do you have any priorities that you would like to share? Is marriage in your future, kids, maybe another album or two?
Oh, wow. Marriage, wow. I'm sure that it will be in the future somewhere. When it happens, I'm not sure. I believe that there's a right time and a right place for that. But I know that when I'm fulfilled individually, then that will all fall into place. I love kids, so I'm sure that that would be the next step.
Cool.
After marriage, I have a niece and now a new nephew.
Exciting.
And that is exciting.
Yeah.
So being around them doesn't quite make me want to have kids yet,
Birth
but
control. Yeah.
but it's fun, you
Yeah.
know? And to have that cool, innocent energy and see the world from their eyes is something that I definitely want in my life, whether that's just working with children or adopting kids or spending lots of time around kids and animals.
Animals. I would say you
I
could have
love
10
them.
cats like me or something.
I have 5 animals already.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
What are they?
3 dogs and 2 cats.
Yes.
So they're a little bit of kids.
Yeah, of course, they're family members.
Yeah.
They're like real life people to me.
They are. They
That's-
have their individual personalities. It's pretty entertaining to watch them interact and have their own language.
That is great.
Yeah.
All right, Maya, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And fans, make sure to check out her exclusive fan album on myamaya.com, and you can find her on
Miss Maya on Twitter, that's MISSMYA, or Kiss Maya on Instagram.
Wonderful. Keep checking back for more entertainment news.